Hey guys, it's Chris with C&M Aquatics again. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all kinds of stuff reef aquarium related. And if you're new to the channel, today we're not talking directly about corals, but I had an alkalinity issue in a couple of my systems where the alkalinity was falling too low and I couldn't maintain the alkalinity. And I tried to come up with a solution, a dripping solution on my own to try and fix that. So what I did is this here. You can take baking soda. It's just regular baking soda that I got at, the grocery store. And what you do is you put it into an oven. I do mine at 300 degrees for an hour. And you bake it, and that releases all the CO2 in the baking soda, and it is then called soda ash. And then I'll mix a cup of soda ash with 2 cups of RO/DI water, and it'll make soda ash water. And the idea is to drip that slowly into your system to raise the alkalinity. I like using the soda ash. It was effective. It brought up the alkalinity. I got it dialed in okay. It would fluctuate a little between 8.5, 9.2. So it stayed within 1 unit, but it was jumping around 8 to 9, 8.5 to 9. So that's where this comes in. I got a glass jar and I drilled a hole with a very small 1/16 diamond bit hole saw in the glass jar. I got some tubing. This is actually some IV tubing, and I siliconed the tube into the jar, like so, and then you fill this with the soda ash, this container, and this sits up higher than the sump on my system, and it gravity feeds the soda ash down this tubing and into the sump. And I was controlling the flow rate, the drip rate, with this little switch here. So you tighten it down, it goes slower, you open it up, and it flows faster. And I had it dripping, I had it slowed down to maybe 3 or 4 drops a minute, and that's what I was dosing at. And it was keeping it pretty stable. But I'm getting away from this, and this is why. One, this is called a micro drip system, so it's got a very fine needle in here that drops the solution into this drip chamber, and it takes 60 drops to make 1 milliliter. That's how that works. So it's a very small amount, and I wanted to do this very slowly because if you dump in too much alkalinity and raise it too quickly, you can damage your corals. So I was being very cautious, doing it slowly, and it seemed to be working. But over time, testing my aquarium, it was extremely hard to dial this in. I want to keep it as stable as possible. That's the most important thing with your alkalinity, is to get it within range. If you want to keep it at 8, 8.5, 9 even, that's fine, as long as it doesn't fluctuate and it is stable. Stability is what you're shooting for with this. And I couldn't quite get it dialed in. And one reason is the solution was coming down here to the top of this drip chamber, and I don't know if it was precipitating or what, but it was clogging these holes. So these holes would just clog up just a little bit, and it would change my drip rate, which would change my alkalinity in the long run. I was testing every 2 days, and it was different every time. So that's one of the downsides to this, is I could not get this regulated and precise enough to where I want it. And then number 2 issue was this, where I had silicone this into the jar. I came home from work this morning and all my alkalinity was drained from this container, and luckily it was just all over the floor, which I'm fine with. That's why I did not mount this directly above the sump or the aquarium, because if something failed, I did not want to dump all this alkalinity into the tank. It would have more than likely devastating effects on the corals. So it was all over the basement floor. It made a mess. No big deal, clean it up. But I don't know, with the silicone here, I don't know if the alkalinity eventually kind of ate through it, or if just over time this worked loose and pulled out, you know, from the silicone, because it was leaking right here. And you can see how it's pulled away. So this, I had this running for probably about 2 months. Sorry, that was my sump alarm again. I gotta remember to start turning that thing off when I do videos. But anyway, I had this running for about 2 months without issues, you know. It was dripping, and I was refilling this probably every 2 or 3 weeks, so it was lasting a while and keeping the alkalinity somewhat stable, not quite where I wanted it. But I can't have things failing and leaking. I made 6 of these and put on 6 of the systems, and I can't trust it now. And it comes back to this. I know there's better ways of sealing this. I just did it with the silicone. So if I'd used a different method, you know, they make different things. I could put in the hole here with screw down gaskets, kind of like a bulkhead. You know, when you drill an aquarium, put a bulkhead in it, something like that, and that would definitely be better than the silicone. But honestly, I tried it, and I'm tired of messing with this on 6 of the systems, trying to get it dialed in, and it's not working. So that's just a little experience, what I tried to do and why I don't like it, why it didn't work. I am gonna stick with the soda ash because it's cheap. Like a box of baking soda like this is like 45 cents, 50 cents at the grocery store. That is a lot cheaper than any alkalinity additive that I can find in, you know, the hobby to add to the aquariums. So I'm very happy with how that's working. And I can do a video on how to prepare that properly. So I'm going to keep doing that, dosing my alkalinity, controlling it with that supplement, but I'm going to get away from this. And today I ordered 2 dosing pumps in containers online, and I will do a video, an unboxing on that and review and get it set up and show you guys. But with the dosing pump, I'm going to dose alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium all through the doser, and it's super precise, and we'll go over the dosing pump and how to do that. But I'll be able to regulate it so much better than this thing, trying to dial it in. So I don't know if you guys have tried to make your own drippers, you know, leave some comments down below, and I'd like to hear your ideas. I tried this one. I thought it was working, kind of. I wasn't 100% happy with it, but I'm done with it. Once it failed and leaked, I don't trust it. So I got some dosing pumps on the way. Hopefully I'll have them in a couple of weeks, and we'll do an unboxing video and get that set up, and we can go over how to dose some supplements with a doser. It should be a lot more precise than this, and I won't be worried about it. It should cut down on my testing too after I get it dialed in. So I appreciate it, guys. You know, if you like these videos, you know, about stuff related to the reef aquarium hobby, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be alerted when new videos come out. Until next time, I'll keep trying stuff. We'll see you.